Alpionese presents Tiny Tales of Transformation. Episode 22, The Weak Signals. In organizational or digital transformations, weak signals can be early indicators of drift. They appear in the form of modest but repeated variations in behavior, decisions, actual use of solutions, quality of execution, or cooperation between teams. Their value lies in the fact that they precede the performance indicators that are much more common. Detecting them early opens up a valuable window of opportunity for intervention, because at this stage, corrective action is generally quick and significantly less costly than remedial measures taken after a potential breakdown. The main weak signals can be classified into 5 types. The first type of weak signal is semantic drift. When vocabulary changes, the course changes. You hear less about customer value, operational performance, and decisions, and more about tools, deployment, and milestones. The focus has shifted from results to deliverables. This is the time for a decisive response. Put the focus of the transformation back into its objectives and how everyone will get there. A factual statement focused on the future reality and steps to attain that reality. What needs to be different? Why? By when? For whom? And how will it be measured? As long as this wording is not stable and repeatable, the transformation is in danger of breaking down. The second weak signal is operational politeness. Everyone nods in agreement, yet nothing really changes. Workshops feel constructive and reports are flawless, and still micro workarounds emerge. The return of Excel files, parallel procedures, small arrangements to keep the business going. This is a particularly clear signal because it describes the reality of work. If teams are bypassing the new system and procedures, it is because the new way of doing things is not delivering on promise. Simply banning those workarounds could in fact amplify the phenomenon. Treat them instead as input data for monitoring the transformation and to understand their underlying causes. Without this, the old way of doing things will survive in the shadows. The third weak signal is cooling enthusiasm. There are silent forms of resistance that can appear in the form of a decline in interest or energy, fewer conflicting opinions, or waning participation. This is an indicator of lagging trust and mental load. The response must be systematic. Take the pulse through microsurveys, short interviews, and local feedback, then mitigate the cause. A transformation that continues to pile up demands without really completing actions produces fatigue and affects adoption. An effective corrective measure in this case is to acknowledge the signal openly and initiate a deliberate and sponsored freeze frame that allows you to focus rapidly on the cause and substantiate it for action. The fourth weak signal is noise at the interfaces between teams. When transformation drifts off course, the connections between teams, especially those with close business interdependencies, are often the first to crack. Subtle symptoms appear in the form of decisions that bounce around, endless validations, and cordial tensions between committees. You must react quickly to clarify the decision-making architecture. Who decides what, at what pace, and using what criteria? You should also verify the means used to communicate those decisions and the clarity of the messages and the audiences. It is also advisable in this case, as in the previous one, to call for a pause, a freeze frame, in order to reduce the number of pending decisions. The accumulation of small, unmade decisions can lead a transformation to fail. And the fifth weak signal we will discuss here is about the quality of work and deliverables eroding without causing any alarms. The steady, slow increase of incidents and delays gradually leads to the acceptance of those irritants as normal. Yet, these are among the earliest factors to impact delivery capacity. This is why it is important to monitor flows, to let people see that you're measuring those irritants, and to instill a culture of rapid corrections. Faced with these weak signals, organizations should be ready to respond. Detect, by equipping themselves to listen to these signals. Qualify, by distinguishing between temporary noise and trends. Correct, by taking fast, verifiable actions. In the field of weak signal detection, Alpionists can provide independent observation, methods to detect the signals, and above all, the impartiality to put taboos into words, without internal politics or historical blind spots. We deploy a sort of radar, structure a register of weak signals, accelerate their substantiation, and help transform each alert into a rapid and measurable correction. In any transformation, objectivity is essential. It is a safeguard against drift. This can make the difference between a never-ending ongoing transformation and a successful one. Want to find out more? Join us on alpionys.ch. alpionys.ch.